Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unpopular View.
Thank you all for clicking on our faces.
New flag with all that.
Okay, so I wrote down some notes.
Let's do that. I don't want to sit too hard. That's twice. That'll probably go over about as well as Colonel Booty.
Because there was no Jay White site.
Okay, just straight up gangbanging. This story has been fit. You gotta pay attention.
So Unpopular Review does not. What is she the CEO of, Chris? Jesus, golly. Let's start the show.
We work for a highly funded yet unofficial government agency.
We'll take it from here.
Who the hell are you?
INS Division 6.
There is no Division 6.
We are the men in black.
You know what the difference is between you and me? I make this look good.
Series 4 deatomizer.
That's what I'm talking about.
Noisy cricket.
I feel like I'm gonna break this damn thing.
Oh, it gets better. Dad, we have a bug.
Men in black, protecting the Earth from the scum of the universe.
You know what? There are a lot of scums in this universe, and I wish I could protect every single person from them, but I'm protecting you, the audience, from my people's, my two co-hosts picks when they pick bad Will Smith movies. I'm here to give you the right one. I'm here to protect you. Why? Because I'm black, I'm a man, and I am a man in black. Let's start the show. Yes, it's the end of the month, and as my AEW crew says, you know what that means? It means that it's my pick, and I have came here, and I've decided that I'm going to unveil the blinds, let everybody see what's inside this organization. Let's go ahead and bring them in, Vic and Mike Knox. What's going on, gentlemen? Nice to see you.
What's poppin'?
All I'm gonna say is you gave my movie a thumbs up. So I don't know what you mean. I mean, I get you picked one of the biggest grossing films of his career with 589 million worldwide. That's insane.
The fuck?
I don't know what the fuck that was.
I don't know what it was either. That came from one of y'all end. It didn't come from mine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, that was weird. The men in
just
black
heard
are
it
definitely
again.
watching us. I don't hear nothing but the music playing.
Oh
wow, that sucks.
Vic has discovered a new toy.
He did.
Good job, Vic. Yes, I know that's you. So that was
no. It's literally some shit in the background over here.
Yeah. Oh, you're in New
over
York.
there.
You're in New York, and specifically New York. This movie was set in New York, so I already know what Vic is going to give it. But we have three men here in the black outfits. Hey, you know what? Let's be real. I picked this movie because it's actually one of my favorite movies. I love this movie tremendously. It came out in 1997, a year after, ironically, was summer, and this is when the summer movies started really becoming summer hits, right? And Will Smith was being known as the summer box office champion because a year ago he starred in Independence Day, and then this came out in summer of 1997. Everybody thought it was going to get squashed, believe it or not, by a movie by the name of Batman and Robin. What happened was Batman and Robin actually flopped, which was not cool.
Yeah.
And then this movie really took off. And it was, once again, I feel like I've been saying this. It's been a theme of us for the last month, I feel like, or the last 3 weeks. This movie was very well casted, not just because of Will Smith, which is the reason why we picked this month, but I really don't think Tommy Lee Jones gets the recognition and respect of how good of an actor he is. I don't know if anybody else could have played, outside Josh Brolin, we'll talk about that another time, could have played the role of K as well as Tommy Lee Jones played the role of K. He is K. Even in the animated series, which this had a spun-off of an animated series, which I also did watch and enjoy.
Cartoon,
but nothing was as good as Tommy Lee Jones's K in this movie. Vic, let's start with you and your thoughts when it comes to this movie.
Well, one thing that I saw from the opening credits is that I never realized this was a Marvel comic. Yeah, because it said something about Marvel Comics and all of that. And the other thing, I forgot that it was directed by Spielberg. So like, you know, I was like, oh, okay. So that made me think back, like, oh, no wonder. Because at the time when it came out, you know, like you said, Will Smith was definitely doing his thing.
What's directed by Steven Spielberg?
This.
It's not what it reads on the list. It says Barry Sonnenfeld. I didn't know Steven Spielberg did this one. I'm looking at it again now. Yeah, and I didn't notice that the first time around.
He did not.
All right, I didn't think so.
So then, what was that on the credits that I saw?
Barry Sonnenfeld. It's just like he said. Yeah, it was not Steven Spielberg. I don't know what you saw. Maybe he was a consultant or something. Let me see.
maybe
I was looking for a associate producer. You know, they have like the director credit for certain things. That's how I was trying to look, and I wasn't trying. I want you to be right.
I remember seeing it on the thing.
Yeah, it's definitely Sonnenfeld.
I think he had something to do with it. Was not he didn't direct this movie, but I think you're right. I think he had something to do with this movie. When I'm searching, I'll find out soon though. Yep, he was the executive producer.
Yeah, so I knew it had to be something like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it probably was that. All right, because I remember seeing his name in the opening credits. So I was, but yeah,
you know, it didn't have a Steven Spielberg feel for being.
That's what made me think like Spielberg films have this passion. Like, I'm sorry, E.T. to me is still great because how Spielberg directs that film. Yeah, remember, I think didn't you pick that film, Dick? We did E.T., right?
Yeah, we did.
A thumbs up. I think he gave it a thumbs down up there.
I did give it a thumbs down. I don't even know why we're mentioning that movie.
I mean, well, you know, this movie was interesting for those facts. You know, I like sometimes watching things back because you pick up on things that you didn't necessarily see the first time. And you know, a lot of it, because I've seen this movie many times, so a lot of it was just repeat to me. It was just fun to watch back a lot of the stuff because I remember what it was like seeing it for the first time. And, you know, at that time, I was just like, wow, they're really going hard on this alien kick, like with Independence Day and then with this. And, you know, like they were really hard with that. So, but the way that they did it, I just found it real interesting because they like, you know, they were an agency, but they were also like the Ellis Island of the planet, which is very interesting, especially since, you know, it's in Manhattan and like they have this whole situation where like people are coming in and they're asking them, oh, did you bring any vegetables? Did you bring any this and that? And like, you know, so it's just very interesting how, you know, the Men in Black are like an alien travel agency and also a police station. It's just everything that has to do with the aliens. Now, looking back, they've done 3 movies, and I personally don't think
4 movies.
They've done 4. Oh wow. Okay. Well,
3 with this set of actors.
Yes.
Okay. So like, I don't think any of them really beat the first one. I haven't seen all of them, but I don't really think any of them beat the first one. The way that they set this up, I don't think there was a necessity for a sequel. However, clearly that's what happened because the movie was just so good. You know, this is the way that they set this up was awesome. I mean, one of my favorite parts was when Will Smith first walked into that building and then he got into that whole training thing. And he was just next to all of those people that were the best of the best of the best of the best of the best. And all of that was just a ruse. Like, I found that shit to just be hilarious because I honestly felt bad for all those army guys because they were sitting there all stuffy, and like trying to be like as the best that they can be just to get laser eyed thingy. And then speaking about the laser eye thingy, I mean, like one of the funniest parts of this movie was when Will Smith was like, "Hey K, how many times did you flashy thing me, man? How many times? I'm serious, K. How many times you flashy thing me? Don't be flashy thing me. I don't know what's gonna happen to my eyes, man." Like their whole thing with the flash thing, that shit was just hilarious. I think that's one of the best parts of the movie, at least one of the most interesting parts where they could just erase people's memories. And I think a lot of people resonated with that because like who would not like to have that device? You know what I mean? Like if I got into an argument with my wife, oh my god, that would be so fucking handy. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, if I was late for work, like what are you talking about? No, I was here. I was over there the whole time. Oh man, the amount of shit that I would just come up with would be amazing. And most of all, clearly, one of my favorite parts of this movie was using how they used the Unisphere and the spaceships. Whoa, what the fuck? Okay, how they use the Unisphere and the spaceships, because that's part of my, those things are in my hometown, and specifically in Queens. Like the Unisphere was built during the World's Fair because Flushing Meadow Park is like a shrine to the World's Fair. So the way that they just used it to be part of the story and be part of the movie, I always thought was very brilliant. Not just because it's from home, but also because when they built those things, it was like the space age. It was right before they put a man on the moon type of thing. Like it was all themed around that. So the way that they brought that back to that, I thought was brilliant. And the Unisphere is a place that I visit every year. It's right by my mother's house, so it's really close to home. So yeah.
Visit your mom once a year?
No, but I mean, no, I several times a year. You know what I mean? I go there. Like that's just one of those places. Like it's basically like the Central Park of Queens. Like everybody goes there, chills, and walks around the Unisphere, takes pictures. All those people that go to the U.S. Open, the first thing they do is they take a picture with this guy behind me. So like all those tennis people that are going, and actually they should be crowding up the park pretty soon, around next month. You'll see all these pictures of people like holding a little globe, like holding it, like I can't do it with the picture, but anyway, yeah, it was interesting. And then the other thing was just the roaches, the way that Will Smith was stomping on the roaches at the end. You know what I mean? Like if you lived in New York, you must have done that at least a couple times. You know what I'm saying? So that brought it close to home. Just stomping on these more. Anyway, I'm talking too much. So
well, I'm wearing black. Well, I'm wearing black, and we're some men wearing black, no tights. But I don't know, Men in Tights, good movie still. But I didn't want to watch this movie. I'm starting to realize I can't realize. That'll be a lie. What his picks be and what he likes versus what he don't likes. I mean, this man thought Date Movie was good, so I don't know with him when it comes to certain things. Hold on. Can I? Oh yeah, that was me forgetting I watched that movie. Okay, but I watched it because that's what Unpopular Review Entertainment do. We watch and review and discuss movies. And I saw this movie when it came out in the movie theater. It's a big thing to go see a big summer blockbuster movie. We talk about it all the time, right? True story. I said all the time on this network. I wear these Ray-Bans because of Dylan McKay 90210. But this movie made Ray-Bans billions of dollars. Okay, whatever kind of ad they had with them get this movie, the world went out there and bought Ray-Bans. To this day, I got a pair of my reading glasses are Ray-Bans. That's how brainwashed I am. This movie, I felt like it was Will Smith and the Fresh Prince. That's the vibe and the comedic timing you get from Will Smith in this movie. And I'm with you too, executive consultant. Tommy Lee Jones is so underrated. He doesn't get credit also for what made him this role is that he's always serious and this be kind of funny. And that I'm not a funny guy, but you say things that are so true and they're funny. And I thought that movie delivered really good on this. The action, the special effects. This movie to me had everything in it. Favorite parts is like you talking about. He brought up the blinky thingy, and he said, "Go get yourself a nice dress and do some of this." Because damn, it's bad up in here. He said, "This guy look ugly now. I'm looking at him back then. Like how could she like the using the Orion's belt and the dog becomes popular, ends up working for it. And truth be told, like I said, this movie made 589 million, but the third one is the biggest grossing one of all time. $789 million. The second one, 431 million, and even the international one made close to 300 million billion. I mean, million worldwide. So that this movie has had some crazy success in it, but you always think about money grabs and things like that. This is to me one of the bringing back the money grabs of movies. And you're right. At this time, you had all the monster movies out with the aliens, with Independence Day. You had Species, I believe, was also around this time. This is a year before my birthday. So as this video will be coming out, happy birthday to my baby girl out there, 26. This is just a beautiful thing. And I'm gonna leave it there because I honestly, watching it then, never been the biggest fan of this movie. My family's like, "Oh, you don't like this?" It's one of the things that never moved me, and I like Will Smith. But I always say I like watching things differently as I've matured and my humor has changed, things I can understand more, patience that I have to actually sit down and focus and watch a movie. Because a lot of these movies that we watched in those 90 years were a fog to me. The lifestyle that I lived. And
patience is what you need when you're watching Ali.
Yeah, you definitely got to have it. Okay, but I watch shows silly like that. I think it's a great show on Paramount that it's called The Offer. That without that television show, I would have never cared to watch one of the greatest cinematic movies of all time, and The Godfather. For years, they spoke on The Godfather, and I just refused to watch it because I saw the run times, and I saw I don't want to see this thing. Then I saw this TV show about it, which is something you have to. I got my wife rewatching it now. The Offer, you got to pay attention to, like put your phone down. You got to really focus on it. It made me watch The Godfather, and I understood as a movie that's 75 years old. It's number one or in the top of all time movies for a reason. It's that damn good. So to go back and have to watch this, executive consultant, you picked this one.
Yeah, and I loved it. And without giving you the teaser about the end, I just thought, another person that I think needs to get a lot of credit is the person who played the Edgar suit, the Roach, who later plays Kingpin.
Facts.
Yeah,
Kingpin was good in this movie.
Also has a very wide range, and he's a very physical actor, and you can see it a lot from this movie. There's one scene when he's walking out. I don't know. It's the subtle, small things for me. But there's one scene when he's walking out after, I think, killing somebody or a couple people, and he just walking like this, and then he almost runs into somebody. He just goes, I don't know. I always cracked up when I see it. But it's just a... I liked that it was mentioned how he was there with the other agents. It was all ruse, and they wanted to see how he was going to adapt to certain situations. Like, because some of these things you say, hey, what would I do in that situation? I would do the exact same thing. I would have, as far as the table thing, I would have pulled the table in on me. I would have laughed at the guy that said, we're here for the best of the best. It didn't give an answer. That would have all been me. Now, granted, I probably would have shot all the aliens too, so I would have had the eye test. But it's just really, really funny to me. And I think that Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith's chemistry in this movie was just really spot on. Don't push the red button was very popular. Vic mentioned the neuralizer thing. I mean, I think neuralizers, everybody was trying to play with one or acted like they had one for about 3 or 4 years after that, because everybody wanted to erase people's memory. They liked to put the glasses on the flash thing.
They had a pen that did that.
Nobody cared about superpowers. Everybody just wanted that pen.
The neuralizer thing was really, really
but
cool.
then at the same time, that's back when having a piece of technology was like a status symbol. Like if you had a cell phone, you know what I mean? You was the man. And around this time, this is when everybody probably had the Nextel phones. You know what I mean?
No, this is before the Nextel. They had Nokias.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Probably-
Nextels didn't become
probably-
popular.
Wait a minute,
At this
hold
point-
on,
at
wait a
this
minute.
point,
No,
the
because I
biggest
remember
thing out-
Nextels around 99.
The biggest
Nextels
thing out at
were
this
not
point, this is
popular in
97 though, was the Sky
yeah,
Pagers.
all right.
Was the big thing right here was the Sky Pagers. If you didn't have a
Yeah.
Sky Pager that can tell you the score of the game, then you wasn't in. This is it. This is my era here. The 97, 98, 99, whoo, 96. Whoo, I'm here. Thank you, Jesus. Jesus. Thank
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, we have more Men in Black to go while Mike's down there dancing. Find out what we're reviewing next week as well for Tuesday and Thursday. Stay with us. You're watching a popular review.
Don't stop.
Cruising down the street in my 6'4".
Hey, that was dope. Listening to Compton's very own Ice Cube, Easy E, and Dr. Dre. I gotta tell you, you are witnessing history.
People are scared of you guys. You have a unique voice. The world needs to hear it.
They want NWA? Let's give them NWA.
This is only the tip of the iceberg, gentlemen. What's going on? What do you have in that bag?
Are you kidding me?
You can't take that in the bus.
What's the last thing that you do remember?
My wife. I have no short-term memory. Since my injury, I can't make new memories. Everything fades. If we talk for too long, I'll forget how we started. And next time I see you, I'm not going to remember this conversation. I don't even know if I've mentioned before. I've told you this before, haven't I?
Looking forward to those two movies. We are back to talk about some Men in Black. Zach Consulting here, Vic, as well as Mike Knox down at the bottom. And let's go ahead right into it. Or thumbs up, thumbs down. Mike Knox, we'll start with you. Tell everybody why this movie gets a thumbs up.
Why it gets a thumbs up?
Yeah, because I have a noisy cricket, so watch it, pop.
Drums, please. That's all that matters. I tried. I don't know how to be him, the rain cloud Vic, right? Like to act like he doesn't like something, and then like I think that's a shitty thing to do to a person's movies when you're trying to sit here and have a little excitement about things. I tried it, y'all. Y'all know me. It ain't many shit I don't like. To be honest with you, it's not much I don't like. It's not much I don't enjoy when it's really good, and I think this is really good. Their chemistry was good, and again, I brought up the things I brought up because neurological involved. I wasn't the biggest fan of this movie, right? I don't think I laughed as hard as I did this time back then. I just don't know what it was. The cartoon, I watched it when it was on because at that time, to me, WB was killing cartoons at that time. Everybody was still going to the Fox with the Digimon and stuff. No, the Batman and those shows, you had Static Shock and those things in that era. This was crazy time for TV when they come out with Men in Black as well. It was just a good time. But again, I felt like it was a great episode of The Fresh Prince. I got Fresh Prince vibes in this film, and I thought it was good. And like you said, shout out to my man who does. I couldn't figure out who he played. I'm like, okay, I didn't know that was Edgar. Okay, it even dawned on me until you said that was Vincent D'Onofrio. Can't never pronounce his last name. But yeah, whatever. Your mama looks a nice lady looking down, saying, "Don't."
That's
do that.
That's why I said the man to play. No, I can't pronounce his last name either, but I know what you said was wrong.
I know what I said was wrong too.
That's why I said the man who played the guy with the Edgar suit. That's why I said that. I knew
his name. Their first name. His name is Vincent. You know it's about Vincent. That Vincent guy, right? But just overall, I can't lie. I can't hold back. It's a thumbs up. It's absolutely a thumbs up. It's a comedy. It's an action movie. It's a summer blockbuster movie. And the numbers prove it. Sometimes you will say numbers don't really matter. That's a lie. Depends. Numbers matter. That's just ask the AEW. You know what I mean? Like, they do matter. Okay? Don't let their fans tell you that it doesn't, but it do. You know what matters? The fact this movie was good. Tommy Lee Jones, Will Smith, the script, it just made a little cricket gun. And no, Vic. Okay? I don't want to relive cockroaches. Don't want to relive that moment ever. Okay, there's no arachnophobia.
Well, I mean, he's in New York.
No, I was in Chicago. Roaches are roaches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Vic mentioned that last night. I mean, yesterday on the show.
So sorry. It's, only thing I hate is that real Chicagoans do not call it the second city because we know that's some just disrespectful shit. Okay, I ain't second to nobody. But thumbs up for me.
That's not what it means. It means it got burnt down and built back up.
Yeah,
CM
but
Punk
that's
said
not,
that.
Yeah, but you know what? Everything CM Punk says isn't true. He's not from Chicago.
He also is not the toughest person in the world, which you can tell because, you know.
But he was born in Chicago, though, so I live at BU. So, but yeah, thumbs up for me. Vic Damone Jr.
Well, coming from the first city, this was, you know, first of all, and mind you, there's many reasons that that's being said. You know what I'm saying? If you ever take a walk in the Federal Hall or the stock across the street from the stock exchange, maybe you might understand a little bit more. George Washington was inaugurated over here. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot.
State, though.
There's a lot to celebrate over here. It's just that everybody just comes over here for the bright lights. But anyway,
I take Los Angeles.
You can have Los Angeles. You can have it.
I take LA over New York any day.
Here we go. Here we go. Go ahead, Vic. Defend your city.
I had to pull it out of them.
No, you can have that. You can have LA all day. You know what I mean? Besides, New York,
there's stars in the sky and on the streets you're walking on.
Yeah, and all the streets are in Spanish because that's a place that was taken over. What the fuck you talking about? You know what I mean? Straight up, you got to drive everywhere. You're sitting on traffic all the goddamn time.
The most overrated.
This is what I wish I had a neuralizer because I would neuralize both of y'all because y'all get them from a point. Is it?
No, my point is this. Okay, I have none.
All right, so going back to Men in Black, this has got to be one of the worst movies that has ever come across, because how are you gonna have a dog that has a freaking stand with all these fake newspapers and saying all of this crap? Hold up, what else? What other bullshit can I come up with? This movie. I mean, I'm trying to. I know this because even when he's trying, he sucks at it. He's not good at it. I'm not good at it. You know what I mean? Listen, you know what? Listen, I'm a positive person. You know what I mean? My flower sign is a sunflower. Okay, I'm always upright. I'm always happy.
Who knows who has a flower? What's your flower, Mike?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
You gotta find out.
Only I am.
No, of course not. You know why? Because I live on this planet. Unfortunately,
I want to learn that when you said it. No lie. I know my other signs. You know what I'm saying? I'm a double fire sign. You know, things like that. So I'm a double Leo, things like that. So I get what you're getting. I just never thought to know my flower. So shout out to you because as always, we got this guy out here that can't never. How you ever gonna grow? You get watered so much, the sun gotta come out tomorrow someday. Come on, man.
Nah, he's a water plant. I'm saying that's straight up what it is. He's a lily pad. You know what I'm saying? He lives on the lake.
I'm not a plant. I don't have any of that stuff that's in plants. I don't know.
Yes, you do. You have chlorophyll. You do have chlorophyll. Yes, you do. Yeah.
Where's his soil?
Anyway, let's get back to the movie. The movie was good.
What you got?
The movie was good. It gave me a lot of Queens representation, especially around the end of the movie. So you know I appreciate that. Queens in the house.
Is there a New York movie you don't like?
Oh, that movie Kids. That movie Kids is wild.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, don't watch it. That movie Kids is crazy.
Yeah, the fact that there's so many movies based in New York and you can only think of one that no one's heard is pretty sad.
I mean, no, a lot of people heard of that movie. You just, it's probably good that you don't have it because. But the thing is that at the same time, there's a lot of studios here. You're always running into shit. Personally, I would prefer if they started doing movies in other places because they take up a lot of parking. They take up a whole, like they cover up a whole block, and then they got to have room for catering, and then they got to have room for all of this extra shit. And it's just like, nah, man. And you're always asking cops when the hell they're going to be going and how soon they're going to wrap up. Like, it's annoying sometimes. I mean, it's nice because it's part of your hometown and whatever. They're always filming stuff. But, like, the logistics behind it is real annoying. But anyway, this movie was good. I had a good time. I've always had a good time watching Men in Black. And, yeah, thumbs up all day. All right, let me cut down to nitty gritty. One, let's remember one thing. You want to talk about the first city. Technically, the first city should be the first capitalist city. The first capitalist city is not New York City. The first capitalist city is not Washington, D.C. The first capitalist city in the United States is actually Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So please keep that in mind when you start talking about the first city. Okay, New York. All right.
Well, what about the first state though? Also,
First state is Delaware.
Delaware.
Also, please keep in mind that the City of Lights should really be Las Vegas, because I've never seen a city brighter than Las Vegas, not even New York. Okay, so keep that in mind. But you know what? This movie was fine. It should have been based in New York, because if I ever, just like Will Smith said, if I ever see a city that looked like it had a bunch of aliens in it, I would say New York City. That being said, I have some quotes. And I already talking about some quotes because these are some quotes, or one quote in particular that I say all the time. A person is smart, people are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everyone knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that humans were alone on this planet. Imagine what we'll know tomorrow. So right, so correct, and so excellently
have you ever
delivered.
heard him say that?
Yes, and so excellently delivered by one Tommy Lee Jones.
Which is interesting. It's just very interesting. It really just goes to show you how self-absorbed humans are.
100%, because something else he mentioned to him was there's always a Carillion death ray or something of her around the planet where it destroys. The only way people go along with their perfect little lives is they don't know about it. And if you really don't think that the United States does not do that to us at times, we're probably being threatened to be nuked or bombed or sunk or something, you're deluding yourself. They just don't want us to know. And honestly speaking, as somebody who does this and has argued with Mike so many times, because sometimes I do this to a much lesser degree. Sometimes you just don't tell people because you just don't think that they need to know. In some cases, that's wrong. In some cases, that's right. I don't know. I'm not one to tell, but I can tell you this.
Okay.
Wrong movie, still the right message into it.
That's
that
hilarious.
is Men in Black gets a thumbs up from me. Love that movie. Second, third, and fourth. Hey, maybe we'll review those movies and you can find out from me whether or not I like those movies. But I will agree with you. This is a spoiler. Vic's absolutely right. This was the best one they had, in my opinion. I'll give him more of a spoiler. The third one was the second best. But anyway, that's all I have for us here. Vic or Mike Knox, do y'all have anything before we sign off?
Say,
we are the Men in Black.
Will Smith killed it this month. Would have had a sweep of 9 thumbs up, but he got 8 out of 9 thumbs up this month.
It was close. Category. If they shaved about 30 minutes off the movie, it would have had
2 hours and 26 minutes would have been perfect movie.
Yeah, I probably would have gave it a thumbs up, but that was the point. It was just too long, and I fell asleep twice. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching us. For Mike Knox, for Vic, I'm the Exec Consultant. We will see you right here on Popular View Entertainment next time. Good night, everybody.
Difference between me and you, I make this thing look good.